Hello everyone. Today I will not be testing my sanity, aka making a 2-hour YouTube video about books that do not carry any weight in my life, aka I scripted that video for way too long and took filming and editing forever as well because it's a 2-hour video. That editing, I don't want to talk about it. It took so long. So if you haven't seen my descendants video, go watch it because it is probably my best work actually. Of everything I've made in my life, that peak. Also, I used CapCut to edit that. Never using that again, actually, because it caused me so many problems with storage. It's not even funny. So I will be using iMovie from now on because that's tried and true what I always use. But I wanted to experiment with CapCut in a 2-hour video for some reason. The good thing about CapCut is that it can export straight to YouTube Studio, which is nice. But also YouTube Studio is another thing. That video took 4 hours to upload. I was sitting here wanting to go to bed because it was late at night, and I was like, I have to wait for my YouTube video to upload. And I did go to bed. But then I woke up in the middle of the night, literally was like, oh my god, my video is uploaded. So then I went to go check on it, aka to edit the CapCut logo out at the end. Because I completely forgot about it until that moment. It's okay. Anyway, we are here today to yap about my favorite movies because I didn't want to edit. Still don't want to because I'm gonna have to edit this at least a little bit. But I want to do less because that was a lot of work for me. So I just have a list of my favorite movies, and we're just gonna talk about them, whatever comes to mind when I see the title, because I have no notes and just the list of the different movies. And I literally have inspiration from all around my room because the movie posters galore in here. Which let me know if you guys want a room tour or anything because it's an interesting place in here, and it's all up to mystery based off this piece of wall that you see. So there's that. Also, I tried to film this video once, and then my Taco Bell came, so then I got totally distracted, and I don't remember what I said when I tried to film it the first time. But I barely got anything in, so I've just redid it, and I think that's totally acceptable. So I have just a little Baja Blast here, to make myself talk faster through caffeine, which already talk fast enough. This will not be good. First on the list, aka number one. These are not in ranked order, but this just happens to be number one. It's Pride and Prejudice, specifically from 2007, with Keira Knightley, of course. It is the vibes of that movie unmatched, literally. Also, I love the story because I love classic books in general. I love Jane Austen novels specifically. Technically, I've only read two, but the two that I've read, eat. I've obviously heard of other ones and plan on reading more, but life gets in the way, aka you have to read all the Descendants books in order to make a YouTube video. And future video is the Kingdom Keeper series. If anyone knows what that is, then tune in for that one because yeah, I committed myself to that. So if anyone remembers that from the details of their childhood, it's up here too, and it's gonna go into video form, I'm afraid. Pride and Prejudice, beautiful. Literally no notes. The cinematography, also beautiful, and the tension between Elizabeth and Darcy. I'm afraid it's better than the book. Which, granted, I've only read the book I think twice, and obviously it's classic, so it's very wordy and all that. But the movie encapsulates it in such a beautiful way. Also, disclaimer: I'm not a movie critic in any way. I barely know what I'm talking about. I'm just a movie enjoyer. I sit there and I watch it and I have a good time. You can sit in front of me a god awful movie and I'll say, yeah, I had a good time because I was watching something. I'm entertained by very simple things, very simple. Um, and that's because I have morphed into an iPad kid myself. Even though I was kind of one as a child, more I was a mobile game kind of iPad kid. I wasn't a watcher. I didn't watch a lot of videos and stuff. But now I've morphed myself into one. AKA, you cannot catch me not listening to music and or watching YouTube at any moment in the day. I cannot live in silence. I cannot live in my thoughts anymore. No, Pride and Prejudice, literally top movie for all time. I don't think anything could ever match it. It's not even funny. And also a lot of a lot of the movies. That's also probably just me seeing. Oh my god, I love this movie. No notes, but literally that's how I enjoy movies. It's not anything specific, as in I don't care about the quality of them at all. It's just the feeling I have when I'm watching them. Pride and Prejudice leads me it gives me such comfort, and literally I can be sad and watch that movie and not feel any of that sadness. It can be torn away from me because that movie just puts me in such a good mood. It's not even funny. And it's funny too. You literally turn classical literature, which some people think is the most boring shit ever. I love classical literature, but that's another discussion. But literally it's the funniest shit ever. It's beautiful. The sound. Oh my god, the soundtrack. I forgot about that. I love classical music. Like it's so beautiful. For one, it's like it's literally what it was made to be. But like the soundtrack of that is like obviously specifically tailored to the movie. But like it's so beautiful, especially just the opening and just the pure piano. Like literally amazing. If anything, if you don't want to lock in for like a 2 hour movie, go listen to the soundtrack. You'll get the same amount of whimsy, but like do watch the movie. It's literally great. Also, they added it to Hulu. So like give it a watch. If anything, this video is just a lesson to watch all of the movies that I say here because they're all great. The second one I have is 10 Things I Hate About You, because I'm afraid it's actually the best movie ever, which I know I just said Prejudice was the best movie ever, but like, don't get it twisted, they're all the best movie ever. I have a movie poster for 10 Things About You, literally to my right. I'm afraid it was literally made for me. Yes, it was made for me because the characters, it was based off Shakespeare, literally the soundtrack as well. Guys, the soundtrack for like most movies are so good. And I feel like we don't talk about that enough because like I was listening to the 10 Things About You soundtrack so often. Also, I made a cassette for it because I have a little Walkman, aka I'm obsessed with cassettes. It's really bad. It's an addiction, quite literally. Aka I have too many and I keep buying more and I'm gonna run out of storage space soon. I have almost 90 that I like some my sister made for me, but like most I made by myself. But like I put them on blank cassettes and they're just living in there. 10 Things About You made a little mixtape about it because like the soundtrack slaps. But like the plot, the characters, the actors, slay. That's what I say. Is only slay. And also, I did cut bangs for the first time because of Bianca Stratford. That really says something about the influence of this movie. The third thing I have is Black Swan, aka psychological thriller about like being a ballerina, being perfectionist, like that sort of that thing. And it's like the mental break of a ballerina. It stars in Natalie Portman. I love Natalie Portman. It's quite an obsession, actually. I don't know when I started loving Natalie Portman. It just kind of happened. The switch happened one day, and then I made a Pinterest board. If anything, if I'm obsessed with the person, I'm making a Pinterest board. Like when I saw the Battle of Songbirds and Snakes, I said, "Oh, Coriolanus Stowe Pinterest board," and it still lives there. The Tom Blythe one still lives there. It's not even named Tom Blythe. I don't think it's just named like Coriolanus Stowe. Does it have pictures of normal Tom Blythe in there? Yes. That's just what I characterize it as. No, but Black Swan is like the vibes are great because it's like I love thrillers, but I also love horror, as in like I don't love to be like really scared, but I love to like have an edge on a movie, if that makes sense. But like that movie keeps on edge because you never know what's gonna fucking happen because it's about a mental break. Like, and then spoiler if you skip ahead if you want to, she dies in the end, and she even slayed in that respect. Like I'm afraid she ate. The fourth one we have is Catching Fire, as in Hunger Games Catching Fire, literally staring at a movie poster across from me. But like that movie is so good. It just like builds upon the story in the first movie so well. And like builds upon the world also. Also, Susan Collins, shout out for that whole series. Granted, I don't love the third book. Never did. The first time I read it, I don't think I've read it since. Reread the second one countless times though, and rewatched the second movie countless times. I do love the first movie. Don't get it twisted. It's a great movie too. Like the second one is just unmatched. Like the game itself, great, and the way that it delves into the like topics of the first one as well, like the whole evilness of the games, obviously. But like it's great. I love it so much. And at the end of the day, PETA, great in that movie. Like his characterization, beautiful. Because he wasn't like as witty in the first one as he is in the books. Like he is very like sarcastic and joking in the books, and they didn't really bring that in the first movie, but they brought it in the second movie beautifully. Also, he was a little bit of a pissy baby because Katniss didn't like him, but like we can get past that because Gale was worse. And like I hate Gale to the day I die. They hate him in the books, hated him in the movies. So, and also I know in the second movie they kind of pushed the love triangle that didn't exist in the books, and I don't appreciate that. But like I can look past it for the greatness that is the second movie. It's also Sam Claflin. Sam Claflin is introduced, guys. Like Finnick Odair, you have my heart actually. And if Finnick, also spoilers, if Finnick didn't die in that series, I think actually I would have liked the third book. Maybe the reason I don't like it is because Finnick dies, but I don't want to think about that. See, those four movies that I just talked about were indeed my letterbox top four. And respectively, are they my favorite movies of all time? Probably not. But like when I was looking at my letterbox, that's what made sense. And they've been that top four for a while. And like, have I watched movies that are probably better in the recent times? Probably. But like, they've stayed that way, and I think they deserve their spots. Pride and Prejudice and 10 Things I Heard, you definitely deserve to stay up there by like exorbitant like amounts. Like no argument there. They are definitely up there forever. Next up, we have a little bit controversial one, aka the Twilight movies. And I'm not saying quality, nor like plot. I'm talking about vibes here. Like a blue filter on the whole first movie, iconic. That's iconic and a half right there. Like I'm afraid that deserves some respect. And also, the later movies get a little bit whack. They get a little bit crazy. But so did the books. Like they just followed the books. It's not their fault. It's Stephanie Meyer's fault for writing those fucking books. Um, and did I read all of the books? Yes, I did. Still own all of them. I got the white box set when I bought them for the first time. I bought them, no hesitance at all. And I love Twilight. Granted, like it's iconic in its own right. You can't hate Twilight and not hate yourself. Like actually, because like you can't see the funness in it. Then I say like it's meant to be bad. At least in my respect, it's meant to be bad. That's how I interpreted it. Like the campiness is great, and also like at the end of the day, the movies aren't meant to be like some huge expose on anything. Like they're not meant to be serious, guys. We don't have to take them seriously. And if you don't want to watch the Twilight movies, then you're boring. That's what I'm saying. Next up, we have Starstruck, the Disney Channel movie, because it's great. Hello, like that's the most YN shit ever, and I love it. Like if you want to make a fanfic movie, you made it. You did it right there. Also, Sterling Knight, he ate Christopher Wilde. That's a wild name. That's all I'm gonna say. Like actually, like how much celebrity are you functioning with the name Christopher Wilde? Also dating the girl from Jonas. Shout out. But like that's wild. That's wild. Also the songs, a except for the Shade song. I don't like that song. Don't get it twisted. That song's not good. At the end of the day, soundtracks have my heart. I like literally love a movie soundtrack. Get me a movie soundtrack, I'll be happy. Next up we have Pearl. There's actually a poster up here that you can't see, but like that's a great movie. Did I watch X? No, not yet. I plan on doing so. I just haven't found the motivation nor the time. So I do plan on watching it, but like Pearl, eats, eats. And like I love a good main character who is a girl who kills people. Like female protagonist who kills people. Love. That's a great setup. And also like I think everyone deserved it. I think Pearl's just an icon, guys, and we should accept that. I think no one was giving her that room to shine that she deserved, and so if she killed people, it is what it is, you know? They'll get past it because they are dead. Next up, we have Black Widow. Like they slayed with the only female Avenger got the movie last. I'm looking at you, Marvel. That's literally rude. Also, they only gave it to her when she died. Rude, literally rude, because that's the best movie ever. Literally the best movie ever. Literally rated 5 stars. I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me. Also, I'm linking my letterbox so people can see all the movies that I watched, including the Paw Patrol movies. As I said, I'm a movie enjoyer. I will watch any movie, including the Paw Patrol movies. Like Black Widow, I'm afraid it eats in every respect. The cast, great. The plot, do I remember it half the time? No, but like it's great. It's probably great because if I rewatch this movie like every year, yeah, it's great. Also, Florence Pugh. Florence Pugh slays, and also I love Scarlett Johansson to the day I die. Scarlett Johansson slays in every role she does. So she slayed in this one, obviously, and like I'm literally obsessed with Black Widow everything. I had a Marvel face. It was very bad, and I bought like every single Funko Pop of Black Widow ever. And I think that's okay. I think that's a growing opportunity, and I still own them. And that's because they're special editions. Like I have to keep them, guys. They're special editions, and I open the boxes. Like I can't get that much of a profit off of them because I bought them for like $40. Actually, I didn't buy them. They were gifts. They took that was not my money being spent. Next up we have zombies. to say the least, I was on Disney Channel for way too long, way too long. So I was there when Zombies did premiere. Yes. So Zombies is fun. Zombies is whimsy. And I know it's just a Disney, another Disney like sense of having a lesson on discrimination and like racism, but like they did it well because it wasn't like overly that. Like obviously, it's literally the gap between zombies and human people. Like it's not that serious, guys. And I'm only talking about the first one, not the second one. The third one's okay. The third one's in the middle. The second one, hot garbage. Literally hate that movie. But I love Chandler Kinney. Don't get it twisted. I love Chandler Kinney, and also the guy who played Wyatt, the werewolf. He's Daniel Davenport in Lemonade. I know my Labatt's lore so bad. It's like I know it too well. That's because hyperfixations run deep, guys. To say the least, I rewatched the entirety of Lab Rats in like recent times, which is brave, brave of me. Um, anyway, Daniel Davenport aside, Dummies, great franchise. Also, Ships, go crazy, aka Zed and Addison, soulmates, love. Also, I'm literally down for a good ship. Hence why, like, I watch any romance movie and be like, yay, fun for me. Also, Zombies soundtrack. Let's talk about it. Like Someday slaps. Great song. Also, they sing it in a freaking zombie safe room, and they have a little music video. And also, they played that on Disney Channel often, like to commercials. Ate it up every time. Like, it's such a good song. And like the other songs, it's okay. The first movie, better soundtrack than the rest. Zombies 2, I'm looking at you. Next up in the same subcategory, we have Descendants. Obviously, it was going to be in this list by the fact that I made a 2-hour video about the books. I like hold such a love for the Descendants franchise, even though the second movie is hot garbage. And I know that's kind of maybe a hot take because everyone loves the second movie. Guys, that's the most boring shit ever, actually. Because why is the pacing so bad? You cannot throw magical elements in a freaking franchise and have me bored. There's no way. Like I get the movie is important because it's showing like Mal's struggle, whatever, blah blah blah. But like it's so boring. The pacing is awful. It feels like the front half of the movie goes on forever, and there's like barely a resolve because Mal's still fucking sad when she goes back to the like Oregon. Anyway, I'm not even talking about the second movie. I literally the first one, magic whimsy. That's what I say. Like it's so fun. And the third one's okay. Let's get it out there. The third one's just okay. I'm gonna leave it there. And like the first one, like I hold such a little love for it because I was there when it literally premiered on Disney Channel, and I loved it. Also because, um, huge fat crush on Cameron Boyce, so that's partly why. But like I also love Sophia Carson a little bit too much. But like literally that movie's so good. Like it's not like good objectively, obviously, but like it's so fun. And even if you're not a child, I feel like you can enjoy Descendants if you really try. I think you can enjoy any movie if you really try. Like I can watch any children's movie and probably like it. Next up, a very different vibe from the last story I talked about, but it is Coyote Ugly because I wrote these in order. Coyote Ugly, which is like an older movie, literally about bartending, which is so fun. I wanted to be a bartender after watching the movie. Still do, honestly. Be a fun career path. And I know bartending is not like Coyote Ugly at all if you've seen the movie, but like I would want it to be. That sounds so fun. And also, like struggling musician in New York City, love, love that plot point. But like, it seems the vibes are so good. Also, the songs in it slay. It's just so great. It's literally rated 5-star, I think, on Letterboxd because that's what it deserves. Like, it is so fun. Love it. Next up, we have Mamma Mia. Don't even get me started on this movie. It literally transformed my life, I think, in every single way possible. For one, I love ABBA. Literally till the day I die, favorite, like, one of my favorite bands. But, like, the story also of Mamma Mia eats. Amanda Seyfried eats. Meryl Streep eats. Yes. I watched it on a plane as of recently and like remembered how much I love it because oh my god, it is so good. And also I listened to the soundtrack the whole summer after I watched it for the first time, like the entire summer. Over and over again. Like nothing else was on cycle. And it's such a little summer movie and I love it. And also, Leo, your love on me scene literally shaped me as a person. That's what I think. Like it is I fell down the deep rabbit hole of obsession when watching the movie. AKA, I was watching like all the behind the scenes footage. Um, I was down in the depths, to be honest. Like it was quick hyperfixation, like no hesitance. There, I do have a movie poster of it as well, and that goes for like any movie I watch. Really, I have no self control when buying movie posters. It's really bad, and so my room is covered in posters. I have no wall space. It's gone now. I'm. It's really bad. I've started using my ceiling, and even that's gonna get filled because I'm buying. I want to buy all the Star Wars ones, at least for the prequels. While on topic of the prequels, let's just talk about episode episode 2 and 3 specifically because Hayden Christensen and Natalie Portman, like, hello. Episode 3 more than 2. Now, honestly, I don't care. Both of the movies are good. Like, I love the prequels. Also, let's talk about the originals. Like, I literally love the originals too. For one, Han Solo and Leia. I was Leia for Halloween this year. Had a great time. But all I wish is that someone could have been Han Solo for me. And I wish they looked like Harrison Ford. That's just a subcategory. But like like actually I love this movie. I just love the Star Wars franchise, except for the new stuff. I haven't watched it and I don't plan on it. No, I'm opting out, guys. But like the Star Wars franchise, love. Like no negotiations. We have Pitch Perfect. This is like a family favorite in my house because it's a great movie. And that's non negotiable because like actually Pitch Perfect is like greatness because songs great. Anna Kendrick, great. I love Anna Kendrick actually. And also like the plot of freaking acapella groups sounds boring, but like they ate with it. And also, do I know the dance to the final performance? Yes. And that's completely okay. And my sister knows it too because it's so fun. It's so fun to do. It's kind of like the best song ever dance from the music video of One Direction. And I know by heart, but that's because I had a One Direction face, as you can tell by my literal pillowcases behind me and this poster behind me. Like, yeah, it's I love Pitch Perfect so much, and like I will rewatch it probably every year as well. All these movies I'll probably rewatch like many times. Next on the list we have Scream. This includes the franchise as well because I love a good franchise that carries on with its lore. Literally, you could play me any Scream movie and I'll be happy. I There's probably ones that are worse than others. I don't remember that well because like I only remember like the first one and the last one because that's the one I watched most recently. But like Jenna Ortega, the new ones, eats. I love Jenna Ortega as well, so that helps. But like new ones eat the original though. Unmatched. Actually, I love it. Like it's not even funny. I watched that for the first time and said, yes, I love thrillers. Also, I need to watch more thrillers. So if you have any, drop them in the comments because like I need more. Also, do not say Terrifier in any way because I'm not touching that. Not touching Terrifier because what the fuck are we looking at women's bodies like that for? That's yucky and gross. I actually kind of hate that. Me and Terrifier do not mix. But like Scream eats. Also, with the whole ghost face thing being hot, yes, I agree. Depends on which ghost face. Also, Matthew Lillard in the first one. Shout out, shout out. I love Matthew Lillard simply because he was in the FNAF movie. The FNAF movie is not on this list. Don't get it twisted. It's not that good of a movie, but I love Josh Hutcherson, so he's included. Um, like the FNAF movie is fun because it's a franchise. As in, like I love the FNAF games. I love them to the day I die because I am obsessed with watching like playthroughs of games, aka Security Breach. I was walked into every single playthrough on the YouTube app. Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, Batpat, like oh, sign me up. Anyway, that is all of my favorite movies, at least that I can think of off the top of my head. I had to add some in because I literally forgot to write them down. But like that's literally not an extensive list, guys, at all. There's definitely way more. But I just looked at my letterbox, like peeked through it, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna talk about that one. Um, I think anything that this video should tell you is to go watch Pride and Prejudice. I think that's actually the number one message, actually. So go watch Pride and Prejudice and listen to the soundtrack, and then listen to the Mamma Mia soundtrack because it's probably the best soundtrack out of all of the ones I said. Because obviously it's ABBA songs, but like the versions by Emma Super, they eat, they eat. Also, I got some crazy videos lined up, aka Shutterfly will hate to see me coming because I'm gonna print out a bunch of little pictures to put on a bulletin board. Evolving to the bulletin board, guys, because I'm about to do some plot recaps that you'll never see coming. Because guys, I'm diving into the depth of my brain to get these plot recaps for you. My Google Docs full. I've not written scripts, but made Google Docs for the scripts to be written. Because at the end of the day, I'm lazy beyond belief. So I'll get those scripts written eventually, and then I'm about to be cooking up so many plot recaps. It's not even funny, and they're gonna take forever to edit again. But I'll do it just because I need to yap about shows that no one yaps about. So I feel like I need to do it. It's my service. So thank you for watching this long-winded video. Sorry that it took 30 minutes. That's my bad, guys. I just love to yap at the end of the day. So sorry about that. But thank you for watching. Bye bye.